今日も遊びに来てくれてありがとな。お前が楽しそうにしてくれていたら俺も楽しい気分になれて嬉しいな。俺と共にロビーを駆け抜け風になってみないか。勝ち負けにはあまり固執しすぎるな。楽しむことこそが上達の秘訣だと思うぞ。
What's up, Rev? How goes TNS Street Fighter? I'm sure you were watching that before clicking on here, or to say for adding this stream to the list of things we got on.
そんな時は何か一つ目標を立ててみるといい。
Grimner, Jida. Grimner versus Jida.
I sure would hope so. His first time commentating in approaching a year. I'm sure hoping he's having a good time, and hope it's going well. Probably a bit weird coming back, but I'm sure he's getting the hang of it once again.
Here begins fate's episode. Matera versus Grimner.
Game 1 Matera. Lovely.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage. Excellent. Down. Battle 2. Engage.
Ugh. That could have been bad. No escape. How I have not missed you. Oh, come on!
Battle 3. Engage.
That's a seat. Good one, Squid. How you doing, Squid?
Believe in
Let's
victory.
KO veteran.
Battle 1. Engage.
An accent? Thought they had bed. Fair. Hope your day has been well.
Battle 2. Engage.
One, two, three.
Excellent.
He knows. Nope, I am plus at that distance. Now, die. That was good, Landman. Do 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 do. Do do do.
Excellent. Great.
Oh, that could be mean. Oh, that could be mean. Because unless they're sitting there holding the block button. No. None of the changes that's happened to him has made the camera setup any easier or more difficult to see. People are just getting if anything, if they're blocking it, are just actually finally learning what to look for. Since it is reactable, it's just hard to block. It ain't a 50-50. People just refuse to listen whenever I tell them that. Because I'm the Grimnir player, so I'm lying to you people. I'm downplaying my character. It's an actual 50-50 and blah 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 blah.
Here begins Fate's episode. Grimnir versus Vera. Believe in victory. Battle
I'm not being okay anymore.
Engage.
Sorry, Zane, did you say something? Proving my point, Rev. Proving my points.
Excellent.
ここですか。そこだ。
Really? Yeah, so you're blocking the mix-up more now or something there, Squid?
Battle 2. Engage.
And so maybe you're just finally you're finally seeing it. Yeah, that's mean. That reset is kind of mean. Oh, nice. And I take it went well.
Battle 1. Engage.
Yeah, it ain't a 50-50. It's just really difficult to block. Which are two very different things. Will you stop it? Maybe evolve or something. There.
Battle 2. Engage.
What's up, Cassie? Oh, 1, 2, 3. No, it's just the old setup that doesn't work anymore. But I do it anyways because most people don't know that it doesn't work anymore. So they still fall for it anyways. That is quite literally the only reason now to go for this setup. Because people still think it works. It doesn't, but people still do. That's what I technically should do. I'm not currently, but that's what I should do. Understandable. Understandable. Go enjoy TNS. Bam, 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 bam. What's up, Faust?
風よ力となる
Your brain is mushed. Also, what roulette are you talking about? And also, actually, I'll be right back. Be back in like 2-3 minutes, sorry. start with it. H5. Did I? Did I ever do that? Did you and H Fireball? Typically the only time I ever really end an H Fireball is whenever I'm ending whenever I'm ending like this is the only time you ever really see me end in Fireball normally. Not sure. Maybe I did at some point. Don't know. Don't remember. I don't think so. But also not full sure. Bum, bum, bum.
Grimner versus Charlotte. Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Oh, I know. Sorry, I know what you mean. I just. Okay. Probably Yobu then. To you, Fireball. Yeah, I'm honestly not sure.
Battle 3. Engage. Believe in victory. Battle 1.
I'm also not sure. I think. Ah. Understandable. Build it? Yeah, sure. Yep.
Battle 2. Engage.
That was really dumb of me. Freedom! Never mind! He won't let me have my freedom. No freedom for me. Yeah.
Battle 3. Engage.
How did that beat my 2H? That was a good race.
Excellent.
勝ち負けにこだわらなくてもさ、実戦経験を積むこと自体がそんなに小さな体育で体験を増えるのかってちょっと思ったけど、それをきちんと扱えることこそが風力となる。
GG's there, Mac. I'm going to guess been a little while since you fought a Grimnir. Because you kept committing the cardinal sin of fighting against Grimnir. You kept teching throw with throw. Way too long. Yeah. That's what happens when I take a break. The top tier, no losing matchups, etc. Grimnir becomes non-existent. Despite the this and that.
Here begins Fate's episode. Versus Galleon. Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Oh, good. I get reminded how annoying Charlotta is. And now I'm not looking forward to the possibility of fighting against Zerum at the finals. Also, how out of practice I am helps too.
Battle 2. Engage.
I'm gonna accept her there. Oh, that he mashed. Oh, that was really funny for half a second. Nice. Okay, note to self. He is going to guard cancel the first hit on everything.
Victory. Battle 1.
Note to self. And oh, no guard cancel, just mash. Oh, now he's not guard canceling. Why the hell did you fight you there? I was supposed to be dashing before. No. Dentist appointment earlier. Coaching session after that. Help with the dogs. So, not much. Yo, insurgents! With the rate of 22. Appreciate that, dude. There he is. Forgive him popping off for his boy. That's good though, man. You win the combat thing tonight? You won? Nice. What did you say? Did you say you'd play Ilsa until you won a tournament or something? Yep, fair. Then yep, you are free of the shackles. I take it you think that Eustace is better. But now do you want a tournament? What are your closing thoughts on Elsa? He's playing a real character. Character's mid incarnate. She's fun, but she has some glaring flaws. Fair. Fair. Honestly, sounds like most DLC characters, honestly, nowadays. Let's see here. So season two, Sandy was mid. Sandy was mid to upper mid. Galleon was trash. Wilderness was like high, low, high. Meg was mid, and Elsa mid. So yeah, for the most part, most of them are kind of mid. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, right? In season one, they fluctuated hard between busted and trash, pretty much. Between Lucilius being mid, 2B being busted, Vayne being trash, Beatrix being busted. Versusia being busted, and then Vikla being trash. Now we got everybody mid. Everybody mid. Season 1 was either busted or trash, and Season 2, everybody mid. Except Galleon. Galleon bad. It's like, Wilderness was the strongest, and Galleon bad. Belial. Meh.
Here begins Fate's episode. 2B versus Grimner. Believe in victory. Battle 1.
It's kind of fun. It's kind of funny hearing you talk about these characters being DLC, when for as long since I only played Rising, I've always seen these characters as they're characters that have just always been there. Now I get to try to remember how to fight against OV. That was good, Grinch. Answer? I don't remember apparently. So I heard. I did give him I was told many stories of how Belial's been an issue for his ever since he came out. To be fair, even in this game, Belial has never been worse than high tier. So. Honestly, probably neither. Beerus would probably be more so because he's kind of sarcastic, kind of like I am, and we both like food. Whereas Zoro just likes to drink and work out. So if I had to choose between the two, Beerus would probably be more likely. That being said though, he sleeps for 30. His naps are 30-something years long. I think it was 30. I think his last nap was 33. Actually no. His nap was His nap going into Battle of Gods, I think, was like 33 years. His nap, I think, before when he got woken up by Vegeta and Goku training, I think, was 2 weeks. I'm trying to remember how long his nap was after his nap was before Vegeta and Goku woke him up. 30 years, something like that. Let me double check. I think it was 30. 33, 31, what was it? 39 years. Beerus was asleep for 39 years before Battle of Gods. So because normally he sleeps for like 50 years. As either my mouse or my computer froze. Nope, my mouse froze. Oh, that's awkward. My mouse froze. Okay. Time to go and unplug my. Time to go try and figure out which cable is my mouse, I guess. Accidentally unplugged my mic first. Okay, there we go. Alright, mouse works now. Well, to be fair, Beerus is a hairless cat, so I should be fine. It's either that, or I need to. Either that, or I'm going to need to take meds every time I go and hang out with him. But I think I'd be fine. It's most likely the solo Grim, because basically everyone I talked to / asked what are their thoughts on the ARC finals and who I should play and things like that, and if I should pick up somebody or should I pick up a non-Grimnir for the finals. Every single person I asked all said, nah, should just stick with solo Grim. I don't know, man. When you can't exactly take away, or you can't exactly split system mechanics and a character. You can't exactly separate the two. Let's be honest here. The Vasaraga probably wouldn't be half as good if this wasn't for system mechanics. Brave counter working the way it does definitely is a massive help for him. Otherwise, there'd be multiple characters that would basically make it where he would never be able to get Soul Forge. Oh no, I ain't playing it. I ain't playing it. I'm not gonna be playing Dead or Alive. But because of all the news and everything that happened, I did kind of I'd be hard pressed to not have mentioned it in the video. Even though I don't really have any intention whatsoever to in playing it. It's like it's a news video. Of course I had to talk. Of course I had to bring a DOA. I'm sure 7 will. Well, 6, whether or not 6 does, will be up in the air. 7 probably will. I'm sure 7 will. I don't know, when am I going to get my One Piece fighting game? Or the Yu Yu Hakusho fighting game? You said we got Nen Impact with like 7 viewers. Or not 7 viewers, like 7 players. Total on Steam. Oh, okay. I'm sure 7. If I had to guess, 7 will. Coming down to 6. Okay, sorry. Sorry. I gave him one person too much credit. Sorry. Be right back again. Sorry. I didn't pause it, did I? Yeah, I think one of Gamera's issues is that he holds on a little too strongly to his Jita. I think to this day right now, one of his issues is that he holds a little too strong to her.
俺の戦う意味とは。かかってる。
Total shame. Yeah, it's a risky call, to say the least. At this point, any fighting game that's coming out, if you're releasing it without rollback at the very least, you are taking a massive risk, to say the actual least.
Versus Grimner. Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Oh, what the hell? Ah, Grimnir DP. Gravely for Switch 2.
Battle 2. Engage. Great.
Yeah, but a game like Ring Link makes more sense though to me than a fighting game on Switch 2.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage. Great.
What the fuck? Battle 2. Engage.
Battle 3. Engage.
I got jabbed out of my spin.
Great.
Reach. Thank you.
Great.
I'm back in the game for less than a day. You're gonna do a freaking run up Ranger Strike on me. Dick move, bro. Showing my age with that one. That's all good. Jay Billish? I'm sorry I butchered your name, I apologize. Thanks for the follow, I appreciate it.
Here begins fate's episode. Grimner versus Willness.
Neanderthals are
Believe in
not
victory.
wellness. What the hell?
Battle 1. Engage.
Where's this precious galleon? That's what I said.
Battle 2. Engage.
Dude.
Battle 3. Engage.
Leans forward to headbutt for his 2H, hits well behind him. Sure. Sure.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage. Marvelous. Great. Battle 2. Engage. Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
So it just seems wrong seeing Neanderthal on Wilderness.
Battle 2. Engage.
1, 2, 3. Callisto, thanks for the follow, appreciates.
Battle 3. Engage.
Two, three. 1, 2, 3.
まさに究極の戦い。何時の火の死んで。俺と戦い。
No game would say Grimnir is the most technical character to play. He's up there. He's definitely up there. The likes of him, Matera, Narmaya. Are probably some of the more technical characters to play, although I wouldn't exactly call anyone in this game difficult to play. This game is pretty easy for the most part. So, but those three are three of the more technical ones. Yep, anytime.
Grimner versus Gran. Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
I think I'm at medium, which would have killed him, and I'm dead. Never mind. I should have been dead.
Excellent. Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage. Battle 2. Engage.
I could have comboed there with us.
やったじゃないか。これで雪辱を果たしたな。ナングの成長は
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
これで踊る。お金だ。全て来て。
Great.
風パシ風パシ。おい。警戒設定があります。読めている。活躍せい。反逆の宣言。
Great.
やらないんだ。ところだ。
What the hell?
これはどうだ。シッ。いける。マリー。もらった。勝負をかける。スランシンゲッセン。
Great.
風パシ全力だ。スランシンゲッセン。うわー。これが
Battle 2. Engage.
この一撃だ。それ。シッ。踊る。玉切れ。うざ。耐えられるか。うざ。
Great.
やらないんだ。レディー。押し込む。
Great.
決まったぞ。
Great.
Well then.
踊る。膝がさばきを下す。かわせる。別々のスイッチ。砕く。うざ。サイクロン。踊る。うざ。受けるがいい。上に風どうだ。対戦楽しんでるか。疲れた。何人。かかって
Here begins Fate's episode. Catalina versus
Videos of Shoto with extra steps. That's 90% of this freaking game.
Believe in victory.
90% of this freaking game is Shoto plus a step, or Shoto plus 2 steps. Literally, almost this entire game is basically Shoto plus 1 thing, or Shoto plus 2 things. Shotos by design are not and cannot be technical.
Engage. Great.
飛べ飛べ 勝利の風をまとっている。精霊なる死の聖少女。
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Of course, that'll also end up bringing the question of what's still considered what would still be considered a Shoto. Since Akuma's been known for quite some time to be a fairly technical character, right? With a lot of stuff to him. That being said, of course, his core gameplay does come down to, or is initially based off of a Shoto moveset, which is a DP, a fireball, and a lariat. But because of the different kinds of fireballs, plus the air fireballs, plus the many different versions of Demon Flip, he's always been known to be fairly technical because of the fact that he has so many options. But the core of his gameplay is a Shoto. So if Akuma is a Shoto, then technically yes, they can make Shotos technical, but to do so they need to add multiple layers and multiple options to the quote-unquote Shoto requirements. And then, like I said, then it will be the question of are they still a Shoto at that point?
Here begins Fate's episode. Grimner versus Ilsa.
A cat and a bunny.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
That's kind of what I mean. It basically comes down to what point does someone become disqualified as a Shoto? Since the core of Akuma's game plan, or not game plan, but the core of his kits does initially start as a Shoto.
Battle 2. Engage.
But it's like if the requirement to a Shoto is just fireball, DP, lariat, that's it. Then does that mean that Ken's no longer a Shoto because he's got the Jinrai? Or his run? So it's like there's a lot of questions when it comes to something like that.
Here begins Fate's episode. Greg versus Grimner. Believe in victory.
Oh yeah, what number? Oh yeah, so what number are we trying to get to today? If there is one. Or am I just playing until I'm like, okay, I'm done. That's enough. So that's enough. That's enough. Force 2 SKO. Definitely have hit that situation once or twice so far this week already. Of playing Grand Blue, practicing Grand Blue. I'm like, okay, that's enough. Where's 2 SKO? Where's my anime tag fighters?
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Jam for Grimnir now, so that must have reached if you want number. Fair.
Battle 2. Engage.
We can go for that. We can go for that tonight. When I'm not crazy about what I'm playing or anything right now, but I know I gotta practice. I'll pick a number to reach for. But yeah, we can try. Yeah, we can try for GM. Also, welcome back, Rev. How was the rest of TNS?
Cagliostro versus Grimnir.
Was it Punk Do?
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
As they finished their prep for Capcom Cup that we're not going to watch because I'm not paying $10. That's fair.
Battle 2. Engage.
That's fine. I got Zach gave me a number to try and reach tonight. So we're going to try and hit GM with Grim. So that's fine. I missed my 2xKO already, which is not a good sign since we still have another month to go before the finals. Yep, they're still doing pay-per-view. Why did they give her mid-screen combos, by the way?
Battle 3. Engage.
In-game arcade? Huh. Alright, guess I might have to do that then. Yep, you have to own Street Fighter 6 and be able to play online in order to be able to watch it for free. Wonder if you're even allowed to restream it if you stream it through the game. Wonder if you'd even be allowed to. I don't think. I actually don't think so, because I'm pretty sure I heard someone. I'm pretty sure I was watching someone talking about it who said that there's not going to be any co-streams or anything since it's pay-per-view. Could be interesting. I watch top 8, and I watch top 8s for games that I don't play. I usually don't watch anything before top 8s, but I watch top 8s for games I don't play.
Battle 2. Engage.
So odds are, even if I do watch Capcom Cup, I'm not going to care to watch much until the top 8 bracket's already been decided. I own the game, so I technically could watch it for free. So how much of it I'll actually watch, I don't know. Actually, I'm gonna look up. No. So you're allowed to co-stream. You're allowed to co-stream Capcom Cup March 11th through 13th, so the group stages. But you cannot co-stream. But you cannot co-stream the final brackets unless you are authorized by Capcom first.
Here begins Fate's episode. Ilsa versus Grimner.
And odds are they're probably not going to really give it to anybody, pretty much. Then, because otherwise if they allow anyone to co-stream, then it kind of beats the whole point of their pay-per-view thing. Because who the hell is going to watch their stream if someone else is co-streaming it for free, right? Yeah, if I remember reading correctly, they're going top eight, and everything is going to be put up on YouTube like a week after the tournament's over.
Battle 2. Engage. Great.
So for cases like Capcom Cup or like the Art Tour or something like that, I'll watch like the group stages for that, right? Like I'll watch the group stages for that, and then the top 8 brackets for that. But then we're talking about like a regular tournament in terms of like pools, top 48, top 124, top 96, top whatever. Then I'm probably not going to watch it until either top 8s or the top 8 qualifiers. Oh, what a punish.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Yeah, well, Japan also doesn't have Twitch. But I gotcha. Well, it just means the week of Capcom Cup. Then we'll just be talking about Capcom Cup rather than watching Capcom Cup. That's all that means. Although that being said, though, group stages is technically you can co-stream group stages, so if anything, we could technically watch that if we wanted to. But when it comes to the actual brackets or the actual top 8 bracket, that we will not be able to.
させるか甘いそれ
死ねファイヤーここだ死ねすごいな
耐えられるかオードガード多いとなら
Yeah, wasn't Japan that has like an alternative streaming site rather than Twitch? Or if I remember, or am I thinking of a different place?
Believe in victory. Battle 1.
Oh yeah, true, he does. I'm an idiot. Okay, what country am I thinking of that doesn't have Twitch? Oh, I'm thinking of Korea, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm thinking of Korea. I think just because I'm so used to just Japan winning at literally everything, that when I watch something involving Tekken and they talked about Korea's alternative streaming sites that the top player was streaming on, I just automatically remembered that in my head as Japan rather than Korea. Nah, I'm thinking of Korea.
Battle 2. Engage.
Definitely a massive brain fart there, but yeah, I was thinking Korea. My good Fenrich has rated me way too many times for me to not think that. I did not realize that.
Great. Great. Great.
Oh, that happened.
Battle 3. Engage. Excellent.
Sounds good. Go enjoy the rest of TNS. I'll be here seeing if I can get another 170 points. Well then you have to go to the Battle Hub in Street Fighter and watch it there.
Here begins Fate's episode. Anila versus Grimner.
It is definitely a weird choice, doing that for Capcom Cup, but I don't know.
1. Engage.
Who knows? Maybe at this point they just know they're the best. They just know that they're the best and the biggest right now on the FTC, and they're just and they're just going to take and they're just there to take advantage of it. I didn't get animation for that. I didn't get. Wow. Really?
2. Engage. Battle 3. Engage.
Everyone else is 2H hits behind them. Not mine, I guess. Does Ghost Ghost transfer onto this game? No. Not in the slightest.
Believe in victory. Battle 1.
Playing this game versus playing 2SKO will actively mess you up in the other. If you want to try the game does have a free version. So if you've never played it before but want to give it a try, you can do that. Otherwise, this game does go on sale a lot, and it's normally like 60-something% off. So you can always wait for that as well. But 2SKO is fast-paced. This one is not. 2SKO involves a lot of movement. This game does not. 2SKO involves a lot of mix-ups. This game is all a strike throw. but the carryover between the two is slim to none. One of the reasons why everyone was so surprised when I went from Dragon Ball to this. Well, this game is jokingly called Anime Street Fighter, even though I know some people who absolutely hate that term. No, I meant as in DBFZ and things that carry from DBFZ don't transfer into this game in the slightest. It vaguely transfers to Grimnir specifically, but basically nothing from DBFZ transferred to this game, just like nothing in this game or 2SK transfers to 2SKO. So that's what I mean by it was so weird to people that I ended up going from DBFZ to this game, because basically nothing in DBFZ transferred into this game. The only thing that transferred back from this game to DBFZ whenever I played it was that I'm much better at reacting to clashes. After playing this game for a few months and then playing a combo breaker, I clashed with somebody, and then it was either combo breaker or CEO, I don't remember which, but I clashed in a match. It was my Jiren versus his Nappa. We clashed, and rather than reacting with more buttons like I used to do, I reacted with level 3. I reacted with level 3 and killed him.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Yeah, if you're unsure about this game, then like I said, this game's got a free version, so no reason to not give the free version a try.
Battle 2. Engage.
That game ended in the exact same way, or that round ended in the exact same way as the first one.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage. Great. Marvelous. Down. Battle 2. Engage.
Oh, look at that! We're going to be. Looks like we should be able to hit GM tonight.
かってくる。さて。
Metera versus Grimner.
Always remember.
Believe in victory. Battle 1.
I remember the glory.
Great.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. No, I do not know how to count higher than 3. Why it's a good thing that's why I was able to play Dragon Ball so well. The auto combo was only 3 hits. Just like with this game, the auto combo was only 3 hits. Lion 2 SKO, it's a good thing it's only light, medium, heavy. If I have to count more than 3, I fall apart. Look at Xena. Oops. Yep. There's the GM.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Man, these Grimner players are slackers. Come on, you guys let me get GM within less than 3 days. Slackers, the lot of ya. And by they all, I'm guessing that means you, unless Yobu also moved over to Galleon.
Battle 2.
Cheering for his name. Appreciate that, Kazeno. Or Rat.
Battle 3. Engage.
よー、Kazema got me with the 6 months. Appreciate that, man. Bleh. What are points looking like with people in general? Let's find out. They don't seem to have done one of these checks. Okay, Gran, 1884. Jita, 829. Catalina, 2066. Charlotta, 2394. Lancelot, 1522. Percival, 764. Percival continues to have next to nobody. They keep getting better as Grimnir. Appreciate that, man. Hadiva, 1526. Matera, 1698. Man, Materas are slacking. Lorraine, 1221. Surprised that's not higher. Fairy, 2106. Coco's playing Fairy. Well then. Zeta, 1581. Vasaraga, 2731. Narmaya, 1996. Almost the year I was born. Or should So everyone went to Galleon. Is that what you're saying, Aqua? Literally everybody? Sorry, it's 1594. Zoe, 1389. Cag, 2210. UL, 2041. Yeah, you too, man. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens this year with Astral and Thunderstruck. My mom said I need to go to both of them, so because she wants to go to both of them because she likes going to Mexico. So we'll see what happens with those two, whether end up at those two events or not. Probably depends on when they are. My mom wants to go. I can tell you that much. So we'll see. Honorary 1014. Eustace 1009. Kind of wish this guy was maybe 1000 even. That'd be funny. That'd be cool. Seox 2088. Vera 2715. I mean she is one of the highest played characters in the game, so I guess it makes sense. Anila 1213. Hey, Anila's not last, or not one of the last. Siegfried. Well, he's still kind of 2424. Ah, nice. Grimnir. And I actually no. Well, no, I'm in the 26s now. So it's it's because I think it's you now. Actually, I think with me hitting GM, I think it's you now. I think you're the cut now of 2644. Near 1327. Bubs 1086. Belial 1504. Avatar Belial 1744. Avatar Belial's is higher than Belial's. Okay. Nope, just seeing where the what the GM cut line is right now for each character. I used to do that from time to time back when I was grinding this game a lot more often, like every like week or two or something like that, we would just boot up the rankings and see where the GM cut is for everybody. See what the highest and lowest is. 2B 2501. I think Vera's. I don't remember who's the lowest, but Vera's the highest at 27 something right now. Vayne 1524. Imagine if the season ended. Imagine if the season ended right here, and then one person got GM at 1524 and one person didn't get GM at 1524. So if the cut is low, is the character bad? No, it doesn't necessarily mean they're bad. It means they're underplayed. More so than anything else. Like a lot of times the characters at the bottom tend to be the ones that are the lowest played. So like Andre, for example, Anila for the longest time, Percival, they're always ones that are at the very bottom. Not because they're bad characters, but because no one plays them. So there are times where like for Andre, for example, actually for a lot of characters really, but where like the top 1, top 2 have like thousands upon thousands of points, right? But then the 10th spot is like 600, 700 or whatever, just because there's just not many people playing them. I can hear my sister talking in the other room. Weird. Koji's in first for Beatrix. 1659 for Beatrix. Vesusia 1253. Man, has the fallen so low. Have all the Vesusia players also gone to go play Galleon? Speaking of which, we're almost at Galleon. Vikava 1384. Sandalphon 1349. You know it's... Oh, we're about to find out. Galleon. Nope, 1609. So, I guess not. Vesusia was definitely up there as one of the higher played characters for, honestly, many months. Not sure exactly why the drop off. Not like... Actually, no, I do kind of. Actually, never mind. That's a lie. I know exactly why the drop off. That's why. Matera like at one point, Matera rose to be like top 5 or something. That top 6 highest played characters in Master. And Vesusia players hate this matchup. So as the Matera stocks rose, Vesusia stocks dove. Yeah, I'm slowly leaning towards your side there, Aqua. I still don't think it's as bad as you say it is, but it's very annoying. Wellness 2101. Meg 1195. And then this number is probably going to be incredibly high. Elsa. Yep, 3248. But this is basically a shocker to nobody because every season when a new character comes out, they're always the highest requirement to be master or to be grandmaster. And then Lunalu 541. Almost 100 Lunalu players. Isn't Ilsa kind of low? Well, she's the highest. Well, she's currently the highest requirement right now to hit GM. That being said, though, it's only like 500 higher than Vera, so it's probably. Okay. That was interesting. But yeah, that's okay. But yeah, so Elsa probably is a little low for what you'd expect from the fact that she's a brand new character. But she is still technically the highest, so I mean it's fair. Yeah, odds are. Yeah, that's pretty much what always happens. Unless the character is broken, they fall off pretty hard the following season. We're gonna wait and find out here. Got it. Okay. Wait, Elsa's pissed. Oh, sorry, Elsa's gonna drop off next season. The only characters that didn't fall off after their season ended was probably Wilness, Susia, Beatrix. Honestly, I think that was it, really. Galleon? Yeah, fair. Galleon always remained fairly high for no other reason than people wanted to play her. Never because she was good, just because people wanted to play her. So I guess her too. But yeah, so if we're talking strictly because they were good, then probably Beatrix, Wilness, and Versusia probably were the ones that always stayed high. See, Avatar being higher than regular Belial is funny. $1,700 requirement for Avatar. And 1,500 requirement for regular. That's funny. Yeah, Abel is definitely a first to two, like one first to two, fight for your life kind of character, right? It's like if you're going to pick a character, Belial or Avatar Belial, one first to two for it all. There's a chance that Avatar might actually be the better choice because of the fact that he's so all or nothing. There's so many things that your opponent would have to adjust to on the fly really quickly with him, and it's only one first to two compared to having to do a tournament, for example, where you have to do 10 rounds, 11 rounds, 12 rounds of first to two, or eventually first to threes. That's where Avatar falls dramatically. Because he is not consistent in the slightest. So in one first... So I'm hearing you're going to play pools as Abel. Probably not. The issue with it, like, funnily enough, Aqua, even if for some reason I considered it, here's the thing. If we look at the army of players I'm going up against at the finals, right? Who do they play? We see multiple Materas. of who Abel is not going to like very much. We're going to see multiple Vasaragas. Okay, to be fair, Abel's fine against Vasaraga. Multiple Luanes, whose Abel is not going to be a fan of. Multiple Cagliostros, who Abel, that's probably mixed. And then multiple. Actually, I think there's only one Siegfried. One Siegfried? One or two Siegfrieds, of which Abel used to be okay-ish. Now it's just sad day. Okay, before he hurts, and that made things rough for Abel. Now he blows up, which is really bad for Abel. Yeah. So, to be fair, it's not exactly. Yeah, well, Tororo's not in the finals. He's going to be in the LCQ. So basically, if I don't make it out of pools, all right, if I don't make it out of pools and I end up third or fourth, and I have to go into the LCQ, that just means that I'm going to have to. That just means that I'm going to have to potentially fight against Tororo. And based on the fact that Evo, I barely survived fighting against Tororo in the first of 3. And that was before Siegfried got turbocharged. And that was before Grimnir lost all of his combos and all of his Okis. That's not good. That's really not good. Like they gave Cagliostro an ultimate move that in mid screen that lets her continue her combos. Meanwhile, they have to remove Grimnir's. I will for as long as Rising exists, until the day comes where Rising is either gone or they eventually give it back to Grimnir. I'm going to continue to be salty about the fact that they took away Grimnir's mid-screen combos. Yeah, Siegfried's comparable to freaking Warwick, and I'm not a fan of fighting him in 2x either. Hey, look, big bun. Oh, I bought that big bun. Well, hey, guess what? Other big bun. So I'm not a big fan of that either. Don't really get any other cards in return. I know, and I ain't happy about it either. Okay, who doesn't? Okay, hang on. Okay, before we end up calling it a stream, since we got the GM, time for my annual complaining. So who's got mid-screen combos? Mid-screen combos, metered or meterless, doesn't matter. Where Grimnir lost all his. So Zeta got hers. Vasaraga's got it. Beatrix not really. Eustace not really, unless they're crouching, of course. Andre still does. Seox obviously does. Lancelot does. Vayne does. Percival kinda does with Flame Carpet. Siegfried doesn't have mid-screen combos still, right? After the buffs. It's just that his corner combos got better. Strictly not including Raging Strike. He has 6H after 5. Never mind. These all the combos 6 Never mind. So he's got combos now too. So never mind. Ignore that. So yeah, Siegfried's got it. Vicola does now because her ultimate cannonball now wall bounces. Manila does. Fairy does. Charlotta does. Gita doesn't, funnily enough. Gran does, Narmaya does, Ladiva does, Zoe now does, or did like 2 patches ago. Rasucia does, Galleon does, Grim doesn't. Matera, not really. Matera not really without butterflies. She has She has upwards arrow into ultimate arrow, but that's kind of like Grimnir EX Tornado into Lariat, so probably not. Owain does, Cat does, Vera does, Sewell does, Sora's does, Cagnell does, Wilna's obviously does, Meg does not. Remind me, does Meg's ultimate Lariat wall bounce? I'll be honest, I don't remember. Not many people played Meg when she came out, and nobody plays Meg now. Yes, okay, Meg does. Meg does, 2B does, Avatar does, Lucilius does, Bubs doesn't. Ultimate Slash does not, so no. Belio does, Nier does, Sandalphon does, Elsa, I don't think so. And also, yes, Kane, Grimnir does strictly if you have seals. So it's, but the whole point of this pretty much was the fact that they took it away. They took away Grimnir's mid-screen combos, unless you have seals, so to the point where now, literally everything you do now requires seals. Neutral requires seals, combos require seals, mix-up requires seals, pressure requires seals. All of which on a 10-second cooldown, 40-frame activation move. So like, does he still have it? Yes. But a lot of times he doesn't really get the chance to do so. It's funny how people wanted Grimnir to be less seal reliant, and instead they made him more seal reliant. And also no Freemaster, she's not bad, she's fine. Meg is the definition of she's fine, she's mid. Namely because they hyped up Mari so much, and then Mari became meh. Oh no, they gave us a compensation buff. When they removed all of Grimnir's mid-screen combos and Oki, they gave us a compensation buffs. They allowed 214U to move forward. This was his compensation buff for them removing all of his mid-screen combos and all of his corner Oki. Was this now moves faster, or this now moves forward. This was the compensation buff he got. And I'm pretty sure in that same patch, Percival got improved lariats, and Matera got faster acid rain as their compensation buffs. But Grimnir got this. It's like Matera lost 1 second off her ultimate butterfly, and in return got faster acid rain. Meanwhile, Grimnir lost his entire mid-screen combos, the safe behind tornado setups, and all of his tornado setups in the corner, and then his compensation was this now moves forward. Yeah. So I shall continue until the day that this. That shit done my go J2 for you. I'm not shit talking the move. I'm shit talking the fact that they thought the compensation buff that they gave Grimnir in making that move forward is the same level of compensation that they gave Matera with her faster acid rain, or Percival with his improved lariat stabs, while at the same time making flame carpet slightly worse. You Butterfly basically the exact same, and then they shot Grimnir's mid-screen combos and Oki. So Grimnir got hit by far the hardest of the three, and then got the worst compensation buff. That's what I will shit talk. That is what I shall shit talk. And couldn't close out the reset, huh? Rip. So who won? May or sorry, not May. Mai or Terry? Yep, now you get to watch endless Materas, endless Luanes, and endless Cagliostros. I think there's like two Materas. There's either 2 Materas or 3 Materas. I think 3 Cagliostros and 4 Luanes. Actually, I think it's 5 Luanes now since Pixie's in. But yeah, it's either 4 Luanes or 5 Luanes. Like 3 Cags, 2 Materas, 2 Vasaragas. So like 11 or 12 of the players play Vasaraga, Matera, Cag, Luane, right? The 4 characters you pretty much see all the time now. I think 11 or 12 of the 16 players play those characters. And then the others include Coco that's either playing Zoe or Beatrix, myself playing Grim, Usagi playing potentially the 5th Luane, depending on who she ends up deciding to actually go with, as she plays Luane, Belial, and Grimnir. S1 playing Percival, and then Gamera playing whoever the hell Gamera's playing, and then lastly is Zeron, but Zeron playing Charlotta. That is a lot of games. Yeah, that sounds like a hell of a run. Yeah, being the allegation that this game is only Shotos. Let's see here. So Space, either Beatrix or Cag, Monarch, Matera, Coco playing either Beatrix, Belial, or Zoe, JF on Voss, Double Game on Voss, Kasasagi on Fairy, Usagi on Luane, Grimnir, or Belial, Zeroma Charlotta, Zangief Dream on Cag, myself on Grim, Shio on Luane, Skill. Oh yeah, I forgot about Skill. Skill on Sora's, Gamera on whoever the hell, Fitison on Sig. Actually, not Fitison on Sig. Fitison on Beatrix. Pixie on oh, there's no S1. Pixie on Luane, and Saki on Sig. Oh, so no, never mind. There's only one Matera. One Matera, one Fairy. Going to Winter Showdown. I don't really know what Winter Showdown is. I'm trying to look it up. I found a Winter Showdown in Colorado. If that's what you're talking about. I don't remember Colorado. Probably not. I live in California, so going out to a regional in Colorado is probably not going to happen. Unless someone wants to pay for my trip, which I don't think anyone's going to do. If I was anywhere near the area, I'd say sure, but Southern California is a decent bit away. Also, that'd be a very last minute trip. And I'm sure flight wise, well, it might. I'm just gonna say it might be. I don't know how expensive it would be. It would be to get a last minute trip to Colorado. Then I would need a hotel for a few days, and then I still need to pay the late registration, which would be... Oh, it's not bad. 65. Well, before games. But yeah, so probably a no from me there for Yuna. But sounds like you're going, so I hope you have a good time out there. And bundle up. I'm sure it's still plenty cold out there. I have no idea who my sister's talking to. She stole my room to talk. She stole my room and my phone charger to talk to somebody, and I don't know who. I don't know. DBFZ. Yeah, it's got DBFZ, it's got 2XKO, and it has Grand Blue. So if I were to go, I would enter all three. But yeah, like I said, more often than not, when I look to travel to places, it typically ends up being for majors more so than just regionals. Hard to figure it out. Which part of AWT are you worried about facing the most? Koji. That milk KO, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. Yeah, Koji, as always. Basically the one dude on the list who of the people who I have fought across all the or of all the people who are going to AWT who I have faced period pretty much. The only person I have lost every time to is Coco. I am currently 0-5 against that kid. Currently 0-5 in bracket against Koji, so yeah, he'd be the one I like to avoid the most. Of course, based on the fact that he's looking like probably the best in the world currently, if I want to win, I'd have to go through him at some point anyways, but ideally that wouldn't be till way later. That being said, though, with the way I'm currently playing, I'm not going to make it out of pools at all. So we'll see how much I can get back to it before the finals next month. Well, he's number 1 on the ranked leaderboard right now with Beatrix. He plays Zoe, who is either Grimnir's worst matchup or second worst matchup, especially now with Siegfried now buffed. And he's also the person with the most knowledge of how to fight Grimnir of probably anyone in the world. And apparently he's also practicing Fairy now, so that's a thing too. That being said, though, I'm not exactly worried about Fairy because Grimnir does fine against Fairy, so I'm less worried about that than I am about about Zoe or Siegfried, but. It is what it is. Yeah, basically, give me anyone on that list, pretty much besides Koji, and I'll try and make it worse. I'll try and make it work. Gamera, and ideally, I like to avoid Gamera as well. Basically, give me any of the Europeans, pretty much. Unless they have now finally learned how to fight against Grimnir, then they'd be my primary targets, along with probably JF from Brazil. I don't know how much Grimnir experience he gets down there. Yeah, and Skill hates fighting Grimnir. Skill hates fighting Grimnir. Space last, at least when he fought against Usagi, seems to have completely forgotten how to fight against Grimnir. Pixie doesn't have a clue. Based on fighting against Usagi, and I don't think Fitizen or Saki does either. So unless they have learned how to fight against Grimnir since Evo France, I think like Space and probably Usagi, since Usagi actually plays Grimnir, would be the only Europeans I'd rather. So basically, give me Skill, Fitizen, Pixie, or Saki. I'd happily take any of them. Again, this is under the assumption that they still have no clue how to fight Grim, since Europe seems to refuse to learn that. The most of Grim. Well, that doesn't surprise me, since Fairy doesn't like Grim. Even with the nerfs to Grim, Fairy still doesn't like Grim. So I'd be fine with that. So I'd be fine with Kasasagi. Fine with up in the air on Deva game. I'm fine with JF. Monarch would be annoying, but I know I can take him. Shield's a lab monster, so I probably would want to avoid him. I probably want to avoid Zangief Dream as well. I don't know. Sometime between now and when I leave, I'll be working on my list for who I want in my group, who I'm okay with in my group, and who I don't want in my group. Like right now, like the two people I probably like absolute most don't want in my group would be Koji and Gamera. Those would probably be like the two I most don't want in my group, followed probably by Shio. The ones I would most want in my group probably would be Saki, Pixie, Fitizen, and Skill, along with probably JF and Kasasagi. Those will probably go into the I want them in my group section. And then in the middle section of okay, but ideal, but like it's okay at the end of my group would be the likes of Space, Monarch, Deva Game, Usagi, Zerom, and Zangief Dream. That's my early call on for a list. But like I said, that'll be something I make and work on with notes. Probably starting beginning of March when everyone's in full swing of practicing for the finals, because that'll give me the best situations to try and catch them at their if not at their best, at least them getting there, so I can start trying to take notes. So I'll probably end up working on my notes and I'll probably end up working on my notes and my list for who do I want and who I don't want in my group. Who's Grimnir's hardest matchup? Sig and Zoe. with the buffs to Sig. Sig's probably one. Probably Sig 1, Bubs 2, Zoe 3, or Sig 1, Zoe 2, Bubs 3. But those three though. So on the idea of avoiding Siegfried, I'd want to avoid Saki too. But because of his at least as of last I saw him lack of knowledge of fighting against Grimnir, I'm more okay with him in my group than I would be otherwise. But when it comes to the people that are in the I want them in my group, Saki's probably the one I'd most potentially lean towards moving into the middle section, just because of the fact that he plays Siegfried. Well, Lancelot's good now, so if you want to come back, the option's there. Will they change? Everything. They buffed all of his damage. They made it where you can do 2L, 2M in a true string. They made his teleport be able to go full screen. And I'm pretty sure then a lot more than that, or then quite a bit more than that as well. But I just don't remember all of them off the top of my head. But yeah, like I said, that's gonna be that's like I said, I'll probably end up getting started on that sometime beginning of March. But that just means though that will be continuing on with the Grand Blue practice as was the plan anyways. Because even if I'm like I'd rather be swapping into SKO, I do want to be as ready as humanly possible for the finals. So we shall be continuing to practice. That being said, though, we did get to Grandmaster with Grimnir, so that was the goal for tonight. So I'm going to put up as a funny end screen, and then I'm going to say thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Before I go, of course, quick shoutouts as always to the Insurgent with the raid, along with Kazeno Kami with the 6 months. I appreciate the support, guys. Like I said, though, that is going to be it for me. Go for next time. Let me Supreme GM. Well, we'll be back. We'll be back on Friday with more Grim Blue then. But for those guys care about the fighting games, besides that, though, we are back tomorrow with Variety Thursday, where we're going to begin Sonic Adventure DX, Sonic Adventure 1, because I have not played that game probably since I was a kid. So we're doing Sonic Thursday with that one. Not speedrunning it, just playing it for the first time in a very long time. But besides that, we'll be, like I said, for those guys who care about the fighting games, I know most will be back on Friday with more Grand Blue practice. Hey, we're still doing Sonic Sunday. We're just playing through Sonic Adventure 1 for Thursday. But like I said, though, that'll be it for me. So until then, hope you guys have a good rest of your day and night wherever it comes to you guys, because time zones, as always, are everything. Until next time, I'm cheating. Ha 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 ha.